forever I wanted like flights to Mars. It's now. If I could open a 10th planet in Mars, I would.
Well, speaking of which, I mean, is Mars the 10th planet? Like, I don't even know. So let's get on to 10th planet. Where does the branding
now you're
of
making me happy now,
right? Where does the branding of 10th planet come from? Is it to do with the 10th planet, or what what's the meaning behind it?
Jiu-jitsu, I'm sure it did. Unfortunately, like NASA and all that, they're so equipped with some amazing technology and so many satellites and which are all CGI and whatnot, all the photos of the Earth and stuff like that. But anyway, let's not get into that. But it's something like that. But look, Eddie always said, he goes, imagine what jiu-jitsu would look like on another planet. That's probably how 10th planet jiu-jitsu would look like to the mainstream people. And sure enough, when we brought 10th planet jiu-jitsu to Australia and other brothers and sisters of mine from LAHQ, when they went out into the world and started running their schools, 10th planet jiu-jitsu really looks like it's from another planet. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you just look at the clinching system, the 10th planet system with, the way it's a clinch-based system. It's not an open guard style game. I mean, we've seen it evolve, especially with, sub-only and whatnot, where it wasn't just purely for MMA anymore. It was now for sub-only and whatnot. And, of course, we've gone into medaling in IFBJJ World Championships and whatnot. So we've got, high-level representatives in all different branches of competition. So, man, I mean, the clinch-based system, especially with the innovation of the back taking, with the truck and all the options from the truck with calf slices, the twister, of course, the big daddy of them all, and the banana splits and crotch rippers and whatnot and calf slices and just the controls to the back. I mean, that alone is just a whole revolutionary new way of looking at the back as a intermittent transition from side control to the back. There's this new area that the 10th planet system is completely and wholeheartedly responsible for. Not to mention, rubber guard, and we've seen how effective rubber guard can be in MMA against strikes. I mean, if you have a true, honest, developed rubber guard, not throw it up in the last 12 seconds of the fight and my face has been pushed into the back of my head. Oh, I'll throw up some rubber guard. I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about people that know how to use rubber guard like any other guard, proficient at it, just completely shuts down their right arm. You zombie that arm out of the mix, hug your knee, that hand is out of the mix. And now we can use a meat hook and control your free hand. We've got a free hand and they can't posture, they can't punch, they can't stomp on you, they can't headbutt you or shoulder bash you or anything. And now we can start isolating limbs. If we want to stand up, we want to go to half guard and stand up, we want to bail, we can do all that. Or we can submit them from there. And we can throw elbows, as we've seen Ben Saunders a million times in the UFC off his back, opening people up with those elbows from the bottom. I mean, such a safe and effective way of controlling people from your guard. And not to mention all the clinches from the top positions from the mount and setting up so many great transitions. I mean,
so are you saying so alien. Like 10th Planet isn't BJJ as most schools would have it? Are you saying it's more of a hybrid kind of version? I mean, if you're talking about throwing elbows
Brazilian
and stuff?
Jiu-Jitsu all the way. No, it's just originally 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu was designed to improve the level of Jiu-Jitsu in MMA against strikes, because Eddie was really he was a little bit shattered because these Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts would go in MMA on their backs and they would lose, and they would have these amazing guards in competition, but they couldn't do anything against anyone in MMA. And he was like, that bothered him. So he looked at it and tried to work out better ways of setting up submissions from clinch-based scenarios where people couldn't posture up and get punched, and came up with this incredible rubber guard. So it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu all the way. But, it's just an evolved version of it. No gi. I mean, he was the only school in the world to promote no gi Jiu-Jitsu. I was the first school in the Southern Hemisphere to teach no gi Jiu-Jitsu here in the Southern Hemisphere. I will say Australia, but it's, there's more countries in the Southern Hemisphere than Australia. I was the only school outside of LA that was doing this. I mean, we were looked upon as aliens too, so it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, no gi. And now what do we see with the no gi movement? What do we see now? No gi is like normal. No gi is normal now.